Hello. I'm going to do another video, better than the last one. Talk more about the idea of meditation. Um, I use mantra because I've lived at the Hare Krishna temple for a short while, but I've been using mantra ever since, using my prayer beads consistently, more on and off since then, and just changed my whole way of being. Mantra is a sound, usually a Sanskrit word or phrase, repeated over and over again for the purpose of occupying the mind, giving you a chance to clear your thoughts and get the mind and the ego out of the way so you can awaken spiritually to your true nature and true self. The mantra I learned at the temple was the usual Krishna mantra, the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Works wonderfully. I would wake up at 4 in the morning, chant for about 2 hours to get 16 rounds. Each round is 108 repetitions of the mantra. I felt energized. I felt a strange peace. I knew it was something real, much more real than the religious experience from Christianity, from churches that I experienced up until that point. Over the years, I've used different ones. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, my Buddhist mantra. Feels okay. It doesn't quite appeal to me. Currently, because it's nice and short, I use the one from Neem Karoli Baba. And if I can show a picture of him, I will, but there's an issue with my editor being able to do that. So Neem Karoli Baba is the master of Ram Dass from India, a man who devoted himself purely to awakening, losing his mind in consciousness and love. The one he used, I've heard he uses Ram, name of God. Short, sweet, one word, has a very different feel than the others. Seems to be doing something very transformative from within, under all the ego, the pain, the fear. I've been doing this for a few months with that one. I'm teaching my kids because the Krishna mantra is long for them, complicated. And Ram just feels wonderful. I've been using it. I keep using it every day. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, when I'm driving, whenever I have an opportunity to do so. I can go on YouTube and find people chanting Ram. I want to calm down the house or make the room feel better. This idea of awakening, what does it mean? The ego self we talk about, your psychological self, we are taught and we certainly feel that we are the sum total of our memories, our thoughts, our experiences, and that is who you are. If you took those away, there should be nothing left. Through a transcendental experience, the identity that I've had my whole life was taken away through experience on acid and LSD, which was very disorienting, being a force thing, very scary in a sense, because who are you without that? Once you go through that, some call it a wall of fire, you are left, your awareness, the person, the being that you really are, with no relationship to the ego, psychological self that we think we are. I laughed for what seemed like many hours. It probably wasn't. When I realized the whole thing has been a game, the whole thing is not just the mind, but the reality we live in is just a giant holographic video game, sort of. We forget who and what we are. We come here to learn how to love, to learn compassion. The awakening is why why this game was ever created in the first place. So I want to promote awareness to my Divananda Love Foundation through books, literature, media, and a charity, a foundation to help people who are in need, help animals in need, wherever I can. And been a long time goal of mine, just now getting things going. Some more about awakening meditation. The state of mind is so different from our day-to-day consciousness that's why it's scary, not because it's frightening unto itself. It is utterly unlike anything, literally, you've ever experienced. That is why it's so difficult, why it takes years and years and years of awakening, because it doesn't, it's like being on a two-dimensional surface and suddenly realizing there's a third option, a third direction to move in, and moving in it and being like, oh my, I didn't realize that was even a possibility, that was even a thing. When we use the word love, we usually mean affection, or I like something, or I love that movie, or I love my wife, or I love this or that. Those are all teeny tiny examples, pieces of something much, much more universal, cosmic, and powerful, to the point where when you really, really tune into it, to the exclusion of all else, the words, the peace that passes understanding, that becomes a literal thing. Now, it's no longer words on a page. Like, oh, they weren't kidding when I said this. So I do what I can to promote awareness that that could really happen. That's a real thing. And I do all I can to help people shorten their path towards awakening, giving thoughts, exercises, suggestions as to how to get there as quickly as you can. Awakening is the whole purpose of the whole thing, and I want to help people get there. We think all of our fears, the intellect takes our fears, our thoughts, and justifies them. That's what it does, a rationalizing computer. So if I fear something, fear is taught to us by pain, by the way. Pain makes you feel fear. Pain is real. And love, and that all seems very fluffy and distant. It's the reverse of how it should be. So to distance ourselves from our pain, to overcome our pain and our fear and transcend, that's the goal, that's the purpose. You can choose to shift your focus away from your fear, away from your pain. Nothing that ever happened in the past can ever truly dictate what happens here and now. We think it does because we look back, we shift our focus to the past or to the future where fear lives, what's going to happen. The truth is, the only thing that exists really is this moment. You live in the moment. The past is unequal to the future. When you are awakened, nothing has any influence over you any longer. Nothing is overshadowing, coloring your perceptions. You can literally do whatever you want to do. Create. So the purpose of awakening is the point of the existence we live in. Once you're awakened, the purpose is to create. Because God creates, the universe creates. Creates something that no one's ever created before. You have a unique purpose, a unique gift that only you have. And you are here to share that with people. So my message for today, have a beautiful day. There'll be more videos coming. Namaste.